So what's poppin' YouTube? Here with another video. This is gonna be a little Rainbow Six Siege tier list. Now let me go ahead and get this straight from the jump. All right, straight off rips. This is not a ranked tier list, and this is not gonna be a really kind of dumb tier list. Y'all might think this is from my own personal perspective of how operators are. This is just like casual, unranked. This is just like regular, normal people who like the game and don't try to be like the goats of the game, basically. Okay? So we're just going to end up going down in order. So, first off, let's go ahead and get Ace. Ace, honestly, I think the man's Ace is actually pretty valuable because of the simple fact of his hard breach is actually pretty decent. You could throw it anywhere, and you don't have to be up near a wall or anything like that. So that makes him a pretty good hard breacher. His weapons are actually not that bad and not really hard to control whatsoever. Only problem that I really have with this man is the simple fact that, I don't know, he looks ugly, like big ugly. Because I don't really have much for this man. Alibi, honestly, Alibi is pretty decent on the. It's just the fact of the one thing that I will say that she can be more better, more valuable, or like a must have is if she whatchamacallit, if her decoys can actually have the same attachments that she has on, instead of you having like, oh, like your gun is pink, like, yo, why can't there be a little simple thing? Well, not really simple, but why can't the skin basically match whatever like the decoy is or anything like that? So I don't know, I feel like the decoy should match exactly how she looks, and then she would be definitely more valuable. But right now I don't really see her as anything valuable, but she is definitely fun to play. She's a pretty good like roamer just to mess with people. So I mean, she's pretty decent. Oh, let me also get this out too. I'm not really big into saying like, oh, fraggers or anything like that. So you can kind of count this video as more for new people who are like trying to basically want to know more of the operators, of how they like kind of work in a way, and the scale on how good that they are compared to other operators. Basically, I'm not about to go through this whole, oh, you got a fraggers, support, or like defense anchors, roamers, and stuff like that. Like, I'm not about to go too deep into that, but you will hear, for like a fact, you would definitely hear people like saying that they're going to go roam. So I am going to use roam, or I am going to use like anchor. Like, defense roles are really simple to understand. So I don't know. Next up is Amaru. Amaru is, well, she used to be decent, but I think I am probably gonna keep her in decent, or it depends on the situation. So I'm gonna keep her in decent, but she can be valuable. So she can be valuable if you know for the fact that your enemy team is still trying to set up, and they haven't set up because they're late. So that's when Amaru, I call her Amaru. Amaru definitely comes into the play to where she can rush into people and people will be off guard. Like a lot of new people or people who are basically like just haven't been playing this game that much and don't fully know how to set up everything or everything right. Amaru, I'll put Amaru as valuable because she's a really good basically rusher. Like, she'll rush your life away. And the simple fact that she can also use her ability, mainly people use it on windows to get up into the building. You can use it on windows and doors to just go straight across. You can use it on hatches. Basically, like, oh, she's chasing, where's home dude at? The Great Thickness. Where's he at? Boom. Forgot his name for right now. But if she's chasing this man, we call him well, me and my people, we call him like the Great Thicky, or I call him the Thickness. Basically, Oryx, I think that's his name. Shit, I don't know. I'll probably be wrong, but if she's chasing him, easy chase. He can't really get away. So, yeah. Ash for new people, especially new people, is a must-have. Hitbox is really small, and apparently she's a fucking bullet sponge and will take any bullet and cradle it and cull it and put it to sleep. Because apparently, no, you can't. For some reason, she is like ridiculous, but she is definitely 100% killable. It's just she can get to the punch before and make you look like you didn't shoot her at all. Then that's the same thing goes for Bandit. Bandit is definitely a must-have. Off of the clear, simple fact that they banned Thatcher, is Bandit is one of the must-haves. To me, in my personal opinion, anybody that's electric or has electric abilities to electrify reinforcements or anything like that, which Bandit does have that, and also Cade, which we'll get to Cade later. Ridiculous. Like, really ridiculous. And plus, he's a good roamer, and plus, he has a pretty decent, like, small size hitbox. Last time I checked. Weapons, pretty decent as well. He has a little SMG that barely has, like, almost any recoil, and he has the shotgun, which for some reason can hit really long distances for no reason. You don't even need to actually aim. You can hit fire the shotgun. So, just to let that be known, y'all can hit fire shotguns and you will still hit. So don't go through aiming because you will miss. My main man's Blackbeard. Put him in decent. Honestly, if it's not for his shield, then he will be sitting in a corner. Literally, his shield is what saves him. I don't really like his guns that much. He's pretty slow, especially whenever he puts on his shield, and he's extremely slow. But for higher people who actually know how to play as this man, he is more of close to valuable or a must-have, I would personally say, because he can be really dangerous. But since it's more of newer people and more of people who are just playing casually or anything like that, so this is like overall, he's decent, straight decent. Blitz, valuable, okay. Ever since I think they lowered his speed. I don't think he's as fast as he used to, but I don't think he's as fast as he used to at all. But he will flash you forever, so be prepared for that. Simple trick, so y'all will know. Shoot toes. Honestly, shoot toes, and if they're crouched, you have two shoulders that you can still shoot. There's a gun that will be sticking out. You can shoot there. Honestly, or if you have impacts on nitro cell, homie dead. Oh well, really damaged. But don't sleep on Blitz. Blitz is definitely pretty up there. If you're running like a whole shield team, then he's definitely up there. He can actually really save games. Buck. Honestly, okay, hear me out. I'm gonna put Buck in needs work. All right. His the auto weapon for a lot of new people is not really that good to control. His semi is decent compared to other people's semis. His ability, which is just you have a shotgun, so you're always rocking a shotgun, which leads him to more of like he's not really more of anything for the team except for I can make big holes in walls, or if somebody comes up to me, then they're most likely probably going to be dead from my shotgun. But other than that, if this is higher up for more higher people, he will be indecent. I rarely ever see Buck ever, so he's pretty decent. Capital. I have a homie that plays Capital, and I have realized that Capital is actually really good for zoning. Honestly, he is really good for zoning. He is really good for if you are needing to go plant. He can literally go. He can literally protect you as you plant. You get 2 smokes and 2 fires. Fires actually do a lot of tick damage, so he's pretty good. And he's fast. He's 1 armor, 3 speed. So he's also actually like pretty decent on that. Let me see if I can try to speed this up some. Castle needs work. Sorry, hate to say it. A lot of people who play Castle, he needs work. Well, the good thing is that he has proxy, and that proxy mines work. But honestly, there's way too many people that be trapping a lot of people into closed rooms. Next thing you know, there's a fuse because nobody realized that the floor above you is definitely like you can shoot through it. So off of that simple fact, Castle can also be a threat. Actually, Castle might be an a sit in the corner person for me. He's pretty fun if you want to troll people, but honestly, if you're playing like a ranked game, Castle is not the one to go. There's his walls and everything can be broken down really easily. Now, if they actually have it set up to where his walls could take multiple like breach charges, then that would be something different. But other than that, or like the fact that if Fuse can't fuse through Castle's walls, then that would be something else too. Kavera used to be up here. Now I would definitely put her at decent. They nerfed the crap out of her pistol, which makes her to where, and a lot of people already missed anyways. She's really good for revealing the team, but she ends up in a lot of situations to where she's alone and she's fighting multiple people, because whenever people find out that there is a Kavera, they will run in pairs. They will not be by themselves. So Kavera is pretty decent if you find people who are actually alone. Then you can go ahead and down them, do your interrogation, compromise the rest of the team so you can know where everybody's at. Other than that, her needle, I call her needle gun, is pretty decent, and her shotgun is pretty. Overall, she's just a decent character. She used to be up here, now she's not. Clash, everybody knows why Clash is OP, dude. Like, come on now. She literally has a shield on her back whenever she runs in. You can shoot that shield and it won't damage her. The shield also can be put in front of her, which can electrify people, which that at the end makes it to where I know it's ridiculous. Like, at least if you're playing as a sniper, such as like Kali or Glass, you should be able to shoot through a glass shield. If they could shoot through presidential plane glass, they could shoot through a glass shield. Honestly, that's my opinion. But ridiculously overpowered. Doc is a must-have. Yeah, we're gonna go there. Doc heals. Doc has ACOG. Oh well, I think they got rid of ACOG on Doc. It's the 1.5 scope. Ridiculous. The stems are pretty good. You can max yourself out at 140 for those who did not know. So you can max out 140, run outside, kill somebody, and run back inside. And if they are shooting at you, you'll probably just end up being able to still stem yourself again, because it only takes 2 stems to get up to 140. Little did y'all know. Or just stem yourself once and then go outside. But other than that, he's pretty good. I think he's still 2-2. 2 armor, 2 speed. Pretty decent. Dokkaebi, valuable. A lot of people forget to hack the phones. If you kill somebody and there's nobody else there and somebody can protect you as you're hacking the phone, please hack the phones for the people who are already dead so they can see where the defenders are at. So there's basically both cameras being used. And at least you get to see it for a little bit. I mean, come on. Plus, her semi is probably the best semi in the game. Better than fucking Glass. So yeah. But just make sure that whenever you are playing her, put the three times scope. Honestly, put the 3 times scope. It's gonna help out a lot. You could put the reflex on or the red dot. Whichever you're choosing, I choose 3 times because I like to snipe from far away. A lot of people can't shoot from far away, so I have a better chance from shooting from far away. All right. Echo. He was a must-have. Actually, he was OP. He could still be a must-have. Echo's, let's see here. Echo's gun has an automatic suppressor on it. It's actually pretty good, barely any recoil. His ability has 2 drones, which are also cameras that you can put up to the ceiling. And then on top of that, you can also shoot down little concussion waves so people can get concussed. And if they are planting a bomb, you can also concuss them for planting a bomb, which can also save the game. So he's just great. He's overall a really good defender. It's just a fact now that he is not OP and must have is you can now see his drones on the ceiling. So now people have to work better placements. Until people have learned more of how to better place Echo, he is just a must have. Ella, I don't care what anybody says, Ella needs to work. Okay? Bring back the old Scorpion. Okay? I do not like little paper cuts. I like the actual bullets. Her recoil is ridiculous for her to just be throwing paper cuts at people. Bring back the old Scorpion. Okay? Her shotgun is ridiculous. Honestly. And her concussed mines are placed right and not like some people how they be placing it. They can be really good and actually hard to find and shoot before actually getting hit into it. Okay? But all in all, she's pretty fast, pretty good roamer. But then again, it's all about if you can actually control that gun, then good for you. But that needs to be worked. Finka is valuable. The stems are way too good, way too good. You can stem somebody up from being down unless they're in a frost trap. Other than that, basically save lives, pick somebody back up, and go on about your day. Frost, decent. Her weapon is pretty good. Her frost traps are kind of obvious to see, so whenever people get the point of actually looking down as they're vaulting over something to see if there's a frost trap, then it's kind of hard to actually get into anything. So that Fuse is okay. Except for Hostage, Fuse is a must-have. But literally because of Hostage, he is valuable. Okay? He gets 4 fuses now, which is really good. And also, forgot to mention this before, but he also has a hard breach, which a lot of other operators do have hard breaches now. So just take that into play. But Fuse is really good. He also has a shield if you don't want to play with either the suppressing fire LMG or the AK. So yeah, he has many options on how to play him. He is pretty slow, but once you get to your place and you know actually how to play him and you fuse, you can get pretty cool fuse kills. Glass, sit in the fucking corner, please. Oh my god, sit in the corner. Way too many people, either from just across the board, way too many people play as Glass and think that they're really cool and then get clapped up. He will be the last one to die because he's always outside. Okay, Collies go inside more than Glass. So take that into consideration. They nerfed his only weapon that he mainly has. So it doesn't do as much damage as it used to. It used to be like 2 hits and you can down somebody. Now it feels like 3 or 4. So that's pretty whack. Goyo is decent. Okay, just learn how to place your stuff right. Honestly, just learn how to place it right. Learn how to use other people's deployed shields as basically little fakes so you can be able to get yours down right. Honestly, other than that, his weapons are pretty decent. He's pretty cool operator. So yeah. Gridlock. Gridlock is must have. Don't care. She is pretty thick, but Smoking Plant is really good. Okay, she can zone. She's another zoner. So mix Gridlock and Capital, and you are able to plant, and you can basically keep that plant for a pretty long time. Just know Gridlock's pretty good. I think she still has her Super Shorty, which is really good, unlike Mozzie. Teardrops. Let's see. Habana. Okay. I feel as though Habana is actually pretty OP now because of the simple fact that she can use her ability. She could change it between 2, 4, and 6. Honestly, if you can rock a whole bunch of 2s and confuse people, just a whole bunch of 2s, 4s, and everything like that, she is pretty good. Actually, and her weapon is actually really good as well. So I just want to take that into effect until like I actually see somebody get like completely dogged on by using Habana. Then I feel like she's just OP. I feel like I said that wrong actually. I feel like somebody, if a whole team gets dogged on by Habana, then she's pretty good. She's really good at distraction basically. Pretty OP to my eyes. Ayana, valuable. The albino. She is really good. If you don't have no more drones, that is your drone. Your ability is your drone. Let's get that straight. But please use it as if you were actually going inside. Do not use it as if you're running around. Let's be honest. She's actually pretty good. IQ, decent. She sees all these traps, but then again, some of the traps she can't get rid of. For the simple fact of it's back behind the wall or anything like that. But she's pretty decent. She can, if there is team communication, which a lot of times there is not, because a lot of people want to play this game without any type of sound whatsoever. So IQ is put in decent. Jackal, OP. Don't. There's a reason why he is banned in any unranked and ranked. He is always banned. Sorry, dude. You can track people for half of the match until you kill them, and then track somebody else for the rest of the match. Ridiculous. Your gun is too strong, and plus you have a shotgun. You can actually rock, I think, dual shotguns, which is pretty ridiculous as well. Jaeger, since the buff, he has become pretty good. I think he's more of a must-have. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, he is really good. And plus, he's the Peak Meister anyways. He's been known for like having the craziest peaks anyways. Cade, another electrical must-have. And plus, on top of that, he can look, take this in. If you place the Cade trap right, you can get a lot in that circle. As long as whatever is touching the white, you can get in it. So, say for Consulate, Garage, 3 doors, you can Cade all those doors with just one, and then Cade the hatch. And next thing you know, unless they know exactly where that Cade trap is, they're not gonna find it. Kali, I think is valuable. She is definitely way better than Glass. Glass is 100% trash compared to Kali. Kali, not only that she has a pretty good sniper that is one hit, you're down unless you shoot him in the pinky toe. But she can have the craziest snipes. She can also be used as another Thatcher to get out electricals. So she is very valuable. The only thing that makes her not is the fact of she has a sniper. That's the thing. A lot of people don't like snipe. This is not a sniper game. Capcan is pretty decent. Okay, as he's only decent because his traps stick out way too much, but then now it's actually way better than what they were before, because there was a point and period in time to where these shits were actually invisible and you could not see them. So thank you for actually fixing that. That was horrible. Legion. Legion is actually decent. I like to play as him, but I think he's more decent. His goo mines, I'm not sure if they kill, but they definitely do down people now. But they used to kill. Not sure if they do now. I haven't killed anybody with a Legion. Other than that, he's just pretty decent. He's pretty good in certain situations against certain different operators. Lion, honestly, Lion needs work to be 100%. If anything is moving, it should be automatic. So it's saying like if you are putting up a reinforcement, honestly, I feel like that should be known. Just in my opinion, he needs more. His gun is okay. His charges only last for like a little bit of seconds. It's nothing much. Maestro, pretty decent. You just end up getting with a whole bunch of players that end up camping somewhere that's nowhere near the bomb and being the last one alive because they stayed on cameras the whole match. Basically. But his LMG barely has any recoil, and that is ridiculous. So, kind of balances. Maverick. Honestly, Maverick is a must-have if you're going to have these electrical people because he can make a hole and you can barely hear it. Okay? His holes are ridiculous and you can make a hole to actually crawl through. Just take that into play. Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi, I feel as though she is decent. They ended up, what you call, nerfing her. I will move this more up. Get that ad out the way. They ended up nerfing her. Next thing you know, she's not as good as when she first came out. They took like about 2 weeks, and next thing you know, they nerfed her. So teardrops, but her vibrations does not vibrate as much to where it can like actually like change people on how they shoot. I can still get shot in the head with no problem if they're inside of this. You can just, you're basically using it as a proxy mine now, so you can understand of oh, they're right there, I can shoot. Mira, certain situations she is must have, but other times she is more valuable. Depending on the map, she is a mapped operator. She is 100% map operator. So let's get that right. Montagne, I feel as though he should be must have, but I am gonna go with more valuable off of the simple fact that he gets clapped up whenever he's by himself. But there has been times to where he can stand over a bomb and nobody will have a nitro cell. So there's different things. Mozzie is pretty decent. People shoot your drones because they don't know it's your drone. His clip needs to be longer, 19 or 26, with like almost the highest fire rate in the game for both guns. Is pretty ridiculous. So, yeah. Mute is decent. Put Mute as decent off of the simple sheer fact of people don't know how to place mute traps, right? But he can mute some people from doing some things. Like Mute can mute fuse if it's on the ceiling, if you put it on top of something. Though could be phones ringing, you don't need to actually hold down or press whatever button to hold to take the phone. Just run to a mute trap. There you go, automatic. So he's pretty decent. I think Nook or Knock, whichever one you want to call her, she is pretty decent. I don't really see her as much. Barely anybody plays as her. She is basically the attack Caveira. So yeah. Nomad I feel is more valuable. Let's be honest. Come on now, let's be honest. If you can set it up to where you actually know how to play Nomad and not just use her little traps just for fun, just to see somebody get booped, then you should know. Get out. Oryx. Oryx is decent. He still loses health whenever he crashes into a wall. So, have fun with that. I don't prefer that. Pulse needs work. Honestly, a lot of people say that Pulse is really good, but I feel like he needs work. His scans is not consistent of the distance. And I'm not sure if I'm not the only one that's seen that as I played with him, but it's definitely 100% not consistent. Recruit. Honestly, if you're playing casual, learn Recruit. Recruit will basically teach you how to play this game without using sights. Basically. Or I'm not sure, actually, I think they did put on sights on recruits now. Let me take that back. Yeah, I think they did. I'll probably look that up later. Or probably not. Rook, the paper plate man. Pretty valuable. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of operators in here that is just pretty squishy. So give them a paper plate, like basically another extra armor. So Caveira could be walking around with 2 armor instead of 1. Basically. Sledge, decent. I feel like, I don't know, he's just one of those decent people. Doesn't really do much. It's pretty funny to watch somebody get hit by a hammer. Smoke is valuable off the sheer fact that he can get rid of this man easy. Honestly, I don't know why they have 2 Tachankas. So off of the sheer fact that this is the old Lord and Savior himself, he's going to go in OP. Okay? If you know the old Tachanka, good for you. You know the Lord. We'll get to the newer one at the end. Thatcher got a nerf. Thatcher is actually still valuable though, because of the fact of if you time it right with whoever, because you're supposed to Thatcher and then somebody's supposed to hard breach anyways, or you're supposed to Thatcher and then you're supposed to move in anyways. That's how that works. So you're not Thatchering just to destroy something. You're Thatchering so you can move and go into place and do what you need to do, basically. So Thatcher is still valuable. Thatcher should also still be banned in some certain maps. Thermite, honestly, Thermite is decent. There's way too many operators right now that has hard breaches. And that's all that he has is a big hole. All he makes is a big hole. Twitch is valuable. Learn how to shoot the F2 and or F12, and next thing you know, you are actually doing really good. Valkyrie is pretty valuable. Please learn how to put your cameras right. Please, and don't use a shotgun. It's not that good. Vigil, I feel is decent. Pretty decent. Honestly. He's just Wamai, I feel it needs work. Honestly, it's either make his disc area a little bit more or make it to where, I don't know, you get more disc. Because a lot of stuff can be thrown in. Or make it to where if it pulls something up and it explodes, it doesn't go off. Basically. And then he'll be fine. But it makes sense for if I throw Gridlock, then he picks it, but Gridlock's spike still comes down. Like, basically, that's an example. That's how he works right now. But I wanted more of like, oh, if Buck threw a frag in, and then he picks up the frag above him to his little trap, then it won't go, like, it will go off, but it won't hurt him. You get what I mean? I don't know. Warden needs work. Honestly, I feel like I don't feel like he really needs work. He is very, 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 very situational to make him decent. Ying is decent too. Her flashes can mess up your whole team to where it's literally just Ying versus the world. Sophia, I feel, is still actually, she's pretty OP, but compared to these others, I feel like she is a must-have. She has withstand, and her gun is pretty good. She also has concussions, and she can bust holes, so pretty good. Zero. If it wasn't for his guns, he would be OP. Honestly, his guns are so trash. His pistol does 35 damage for I don't know what reason. Please fix. Do something. Make it at least like 40 to like 45. And then we'll be cool. Haven't played as much as the new operator. I actually 100% forgot her name. But I have seen her in a lot of situations, and she is actually pretty valuable. Just take it in. She is actually pretty valuable. Or actually, she is more of a must-have. She's pretty good. Tachanka. The rework of Tachanka is more valuable. Alright, I only put this one up here because it's the Lord and Savior. But really, Tachanka is just valuable. He has pretty good zone control for defense, but those fire ticks don't do that much damage. So just take that in. But I try to finish this up under 30 minutes. It's actually 6 minutes above. But please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. This is more of a, again, it's more of a casual newer player rank list. This is not something that is supposed to be for high ranking, which is why you will see some of these people in some of these different spots. But then again, this can be for some people, if they want to agree with it, high ranking. So thanks again for watching, and please like and subscribe, and there will be more videos coming soon. Thank you.